Every year, 8 million people visit Taj Mahal. And when they think of Taj Mahal, they picture love frozen in white marble, a moonlit poem, a perfect symmetry of devotion, a grief-stricken emperor. But behind this luminous facade, there stands a ruler whose life ended not in triumph, but in confinement. This is the story of Shah Jahan, the man who built Taj Mahal. And this is not just a love story. It's a cautionary tale between power, obsession, and price of legacy. Hey everyone, this is Aurora from Team Treasure Trip India. And in these podcasts, we talk all about India as a travel destination and all about its places, monuments, and much more. And in this podcast, we will talk about the man who built Taj Mahal and how tragic was his end. Born as Prince Khurram in 1592, Shah Jahan grew up in a highly competitive Mughal court. Mughal dynasty was powerful, wealthy, and constantly negotiating loyalty through marriages, alliances, and military campaigns. Shah Jahan showed two interests from early on that would define him. One was strategic clarity and aesthetic obsession. Shah Jahan became emperor in 1628 after a brutal succession war where he eliminated his brothers and cousins. Standard Mughal practice. His empire stretched across Indian subcontinent, generating massive wealth from trade and taxation. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was a curator of grandeur. Under his rule, Mughal architecture reached its zenith. He believed that empire was not just ruled, but it was displayed. When his wife Mumtaz Mahal died from childbirth in 1631, historians note that he was devastated. Contemporary chronicles noted that he was withdrawing from courts for months. His hair reportedly turned grey rapidly. But grief alone doesn't produce a structure like Taj Mahal. Grief plus imperial power does. Construction of Taj Mahal began in 1632 and it continued over for 2 decades. 20,000 workers, materials shipped across from all over Asia, white marble from Rajasthan, turquoise from Tibet, lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, sapphire from Sri Lanka. In all, 28 types of precious and semi-precious stones were inlaid into the white marble. The cost, it will be equivalent to $1 billion today. This was not just a tomb, it was a statement. As the mausoleum rose, the cracks began forming within his own family. Shah Jahan had 4 sons and they were watching. They saw the treasury hammering the money into the marble while the empire fought the expensive wars. In 1657, Shah Jahan fell seriously ill and the rumors of his death spread. His sons immediately launched a war for the throne. Shah Jahan always favored his son Dara, but his another son Aurangzeb was military sharp and politically ruthless. He defeated all his brothers, executed Dara, and in 1658 crowned himself as the emperor. And what about Shah Jahan? He was not executed, he was imprisoned. He was imprisoned in Agra Fort, the same red sandstone fortress from where he had once ruled. He spent his last 8 years of his life imprisoned in the Agra Fort. And here's the psychological torture. Shah Jahan's prison had a window with a direct view of the Taj Mahal approximately 1.5 kilometers away from the Yamuna River. Every morning, he woke up to see the greatest achievement of his life, and every evening, sun illuminated on the monument that he could never touch again. Reports suggest that when he and his eyes had become weak, he used to stare at Taj Mahal through a special small mirror that was installed in his prison room by his daughter. The monument that he had built as a symbol of eternal love had become horizon of his captivity. He died in 1666 and he was buried beside Mumtaz Mahal inside the structure that had symbolized his glory. Taj Mahal stands today as a symbol of both devotion and a warning. It is a proof that power can build beauty of unimaginable scale, and as a proof that even emperors cannot engineer their own endings. History rarely writes simple stories, it always writes layered ones, and sometimes these layers are carved in stones. So I hope that you got a little bit more information about India through this podcast. And if you like this information, please subscribe to our channel so that you can stay updated about all our upcoming episodes. For any travel bookings, you can visit our website www.treasuretripin.com and please connect to us on our other social media handles by the name of Treasure Trip India, where we share all about India as a travel destination, its stories, places, monuments, and much more. So we will catch you up in the next episode. Till then, take care and keep exploring.